I had just signed the paperwork transferring ownership of an $18,000 salon booth to her, making her an independent stylist, her dream, when my 9-year-old daughter asked, "Daddy, why was Miss Olivia kissing that man at the park when we saw her Saturday?" Hey friends, please subscribe and turn on notifications, like this video, and leave a comment with your impressions. This will be a great help. Thank you. We never tire of reminding you. It's all thanks to you. Raleigh in early March has this tentative quality where winter hasn't quite released its grip, but spring keeps threatening to break through. The dogwood's starting to bud, the temperatures swinging between 40 and 70, depending on the day, everyone unsure whether to pack away their jackets yet. I'm 38, been working as a firefighter-paramedic for Raleigh Fire Department for the past 12 years, Station 9 in North Raleigh. 24-hour shifts, 2 days off, the kind of schedule that's hard on relationships, but gives you concentrated time with family when you're off. I'm also a single dad. My daughter Zoe is 9, been just the two of us since her mom Vanessa passed away from cancer 4 years ago. Zoe's the center of my world. Everything I do is filtered through what's best for her, who I bring into her life, how I structure our time together. Olivia is 31, works as a hairstylist at a salon in North Hills. Talented, creative, always showing me before and after photos of dramatic color transformations and precision cuts she'd done. We'd been together for a year and 4 months, and I'd introduced her to Zoe about 8 months ago, slowly, carefully, making sure Zoe was comfortable before Olivia became a regular presence in our lives. Olivia had been great with Zoe. Patient, kind, never trying to replace her mom, just being a positive adult presence. The salon booth situation had come up about 2 months ago. Olivia had been renting a chair at the salon, paying the owner a percentage of everything she earned. She wanted to buy her own booth, become an independent operator, keep all her earnings minus a flat monthly rent to the salon. It would mean real ownership, building equity in her own business rather than making someone else rich. The booth cost $18,000. The previous stylist was retiring and selling her setup, which included the physical booth space, all the equipment, the plumbing and electrical that had been installed, and most importantly, her established client list. It was a good deal, but Olivia didn't have $18,000. She'd been trying to save, looking at loans, stressing about whether she could make it work. 3 weeks ago, I told her, "Let me buy it for you. You can pay me back over time, no interest, whatever works for your cash flow." She'd been emotional about it. Said it was too much, she couldn't accept that kind of money. I'd insisted. We were building a future together. Helping her establish her business made sense for both of us. And critically, Zoe really liked Olivia. I could see a future where we became a family. She'd finally agreed. We'd set it up as a business transaction. I'd buy the booth, transfer ownership to her. She'd pay me back monthly once her income stabilized as an independent stylist. Clean and professional. That Tuesday afternoon, March 12th, we'd met at the salon to sign the final paperwork with the owner and the retiring stylist. I brought a cashier's check for $18,000. We'd signed the ownership transfer documents. The booth was now legally Olivia's. She'd hugged me, crying happy tears, telling me I was changing her life. I'd gone straight from the salon to pick up Zoe from school. My shift didn't start until tomorrow morning, so I had her for the afternoon and evening. We'd gone to her favorite Korean barbecue place for an early dinner, our tradition when I had time between shifts. We were sitting at the grill, cooking beef bulgogi and pork belly, Zoe carefully using the tongs to flip the meat like I'd taught her, when she said it. "Daddy, why was Miss Olivia kissing that man at the park when we saw her Saturday?" I stopped reaching for the kimchi. "What? Saturday? When we were at Shelley Lake Park and you were talking to Mr. Chin from your station. I saw Miss Olivia with a man by the playground. They were kissing. Like grown-up kissing, not just cheek kissing." My mind raced. Saturday. 2 days ago. I'd been at Shelley Lake Park with Zoe in the afternoon. We'd run into Jake Chun, another firefighter from my station who'd been there with his kids. We'd talked for maybe 15 minutes while the kids played. "Zoe, are you sure it was Miss Olivia?" "Yes. She had her purple jacket on. The one with the flowers on the sleeve that I always say is pretty. And her hair was in that braid thing she does." "And she was with a man?" "Yes. Tall. He had dark hair. They were sitting on the bench by the playground, and they were kissing. Then they were holding hands and walking toward the parking lot." "Why didn't you say anything on Saturday?" "I was going to, But then Emma fell off the swing and started crying, and you had to help her. And then we had to go home for my science project. And I forgot until just now when I was thinking about Miss Olivia, because you said you saw her today. I sat there trying to process this. Zoe wasn't a kid who made things up. She was observant, literal, honest to a fault sometimes. What made you think of it now? Because you said you bought her the salon booth today, and I was happy because she's nice and I was thinking about her. And then I remembered seeing her Saturday, and I was confused why she was kissing someone else when you're her boyfriend. Out of the mouths of children. Zoe, this is really important. You're absolutely certain it was Miss Olivia? Yes, Daddy. I'm sure. It was her purple jacket with the flowers and her braid and her face. I know what she looks like. I pulled out my phone and opened Olivia's Instagram. Found a recent photo of her wearing the purple jacket Zoe mentioned. Distinctive floral embroidery on the sleeves. Showed it to Zoe. This jacket. Yes, that's the one. I felt something cold settling in my chest. Saturday afternoon. I'd been at Shelley Lake Park with Zoe from about 2 to 4:30. Olivia had told me she was working Saturday, full day of clients. Probably wouldn't be done until 7. I opened my text messages with Olivia. Scrolled to Saturday. I'd texted her around 5 asking how work was going. She'd responded, crazy busy day. Still have 2 more clients. Probably won't be done until 8. Miss you. Face blowing a kiss. I'd texted back, no worries. Take your time. Zoe and I are making pizza. She'd sent back a heart emoji. While she was supposedly working, she'd been at Shelley Lake Park kissing another man. Daddy, are you okay? You look sad. I put my phone down. I'm okay, sweetheart. Thank you for telling me. You didn't do anything wrong. You're very observant. Is Miss Olivia in trouble? No, honey. But I need to ask her some questions about this. Did she do something bad? How do you explain adult relationship betrayal to a 9-year-old who already lost her mother? She might have made some choices that weren't very honest. But it's not for you to worry about, okay? You did the right thing telling me. We finished dinner. I didn't have much appetite, but I made sure Zoe ate. Drove home to our house in North Raleigh. Got her started on homework while I went into my bedroom and closed the door. I did what I do professionally when responding to an emergency. I gathered information before taking action. Opened Olivia's Instagram. Her account was public for business reasons. She posted hair transformations and salon content to attract clients. Started scrolling through recent posts with different eyes. Lots of hair content, before and afters, product recommendations. Some personal photos, her at restaurants, at parks, with friends. Nothing obviously suspicious. Checked her tagged photos. Found one from 2 weeks ago. A group shot at what looked like a brewery. Olivia was there with about 6 people. One of them was a man I didn't recognize. Tall, dark hair, standing close to her. The post was from someone named at Marcus_Henderson. Caption, great crew for trivia night. Same time next week. I clicked through to Marcus's profile. Recent photos showed him around Raleigh, at restaurants, breweries, parks. His bio, Raleigh native. Software engineer. Craft beer enthusiast. Scrolled through his photos. Found one from last week. Photo of him and Olivia at what looked like a coffee shop, both holding lattes, sitting close together. Posted by Marcus. Caption, Sunday morning coffee with my favorite person, hot beverage red heart. Olivia had commented, best way to start the day? Love you. 2 hearts. Love you. I felt sick. Kept scrolling. Found more photos going back months. Marcus and Olivia at various Raleigh locations. Sometimes in groups, sometimes just the 2 of them. Concerts, restaurants, parks, breweries. 3 weeks ago, photo of them hiking at Umstead Park. 2 weeks ago, them at a Hurricanes game. Last week, the coffee shop photo. Saturday, 2 days ago, Marcus had posted a photo of Shelley Lake. Just the lake, no people. Caption, perfect afternoon for a walk. Good company makes it better. Blue heart. Olivia had commented, best Saturday. Smiling face with hearts. The timing matched exactly when Zoe had seen her there. I went back to Olivia's profile, this time looking at her stories highlights. She had several categories, hair, food, travel, and one labeled Friends with a group photo icon. Opened Friends. Found dozens of stories saved over the past year. Many included Marcus. Photos of them at events, restaurants, parks. In several of them, they looked like a couple, holding hands, his arm around her, close together in ways that looked romantic. I took screenshots of everything. Every post, every comment, every story. Then I checked our text message history with fresh perspective. All the times Olivia had said she was working late, or doing inventory at the salon, or training on new color techniques. How many of those had been lies? How many times had she been with Marcus? I looked at our calendar. I worked 24-hour shifts, on duty one day, off for 2 days, rotating schedule. My shifts were predictable, posted months in advance. Olivia knew exactly when I'd be at the station overnight and when I'd be home with Zoe. I pulled up my work schedule and cross-referenced it with Marcus's Instagram posts of him and Olivia together. The pattern was clear. Every photo of them together was posted on a day when I was working a 24-hour shift, when I was at the fire station and couldn't possibly run into them. She'd been timing her other relationship around my work schedule. My phone buzzed. Text from Olivia. Thank you again for today. Still can't believe the booth is mine. You're amazing. Dinner tomorrow to celebrate. Red heart. I stared at the message. I'd signed over $18,000 to her this afternoon. Made her an independent business owner. And she'd been maintaining a relationship with Marcus the entire time we'd been together. I didn't respond to her text. Instead, I called my attorney, the one who'd helped with Vanessa's estate and my custody documents. Trevor, it's Logan. I need advice on a business transaction. I bought a salon booth today for $18,000 and transferred ownership to my girlfriend. Just found out she's been seeing someone else. Can I reverse the transfer? When did you sign the papers? This afternoon. About 4 hours ago. Is it filed with the salon's business records yet? I don't know. The salon owner has the paperwork, but I don't know if it's been officially processed. Call the salon owner right now. Tell them there's been a mistake and you need to reverse the ownership transfer before it's finalized. If it hasn't been filed with their business license yet, you might be able to stop it. What if it's already processed? Then legally it's hers. You'd have to pursue it as a loan she owes you, which means getting her to sign a promissory note or taking her to court. Much messier. Call the salon owner now. I found the salon owner's number. Patricia, a woman in her 50s who'd been professional throughout the whole booth sale process. Called her. Patricia, this is Logan Pierce. I'm calling about the booth transfer we did this afternoon for Olivia. Yes, hi Logan. Is everything okay? I need to reverse the transfer. Personal circumstances have changed. Has the paperwork been filed yet? Oh, let me check. I heard papers rustling. No, I haven't submitted anything to my business attorney yet. I was planning to do that tomorrow morning. But Logan, this is unusual. Olivia's already posted about it on social media, told her clients she's now an independent stylist. I understand it's unusual, but I need to reverse this before it's finalized. Can you do that? Long pause. I can, but I'll need both you and Olivia to sign a reversal agreement. And the retiring stylist needs to agree since technically the booth reverts back to her. I'll sign whatever you need. Can you draft something tonight? I can have something ready by tomorrow morning. But Logan, what am I supposed to tell Olivia? Tell her the truth, that I'm reversing the purchase. She can contact me if she has questions. This is going to be very awkward for my salon. I'm sorry for the situation, but the transfer needs to be reversed. I'll come by tomorrow morning to sign whatever you need. I hung up and immediately texted the retiring stylist, Ellen, a woman in her 60s who'd been friendly during the sale process. Explained the situation, asked if she'd agree to take the booth back if I returned it to her. She called me within 5 minutes. Logan, Patricia just called me. What's going on? Personal situation. I need to reverse the sale. I'll pay you $1,000 for the inconvenience if you'll take the booth back. I don't need the $1,000, honey. If you need to undo this, we'll undo it. Patricia can draft the papers. Is everything okay with you and Olivia? No, but I appreciate your understanding. I've been doing hair for 40 years. I've seen a lot of relationship drama. You do what you need to do. Then I did what I should have done before spending $18,000. I verified everything. I opened Olivia's email on our shared iPad. She sometimes used it when we were at my place, stayed logged in. Searched for Marcus. Found hundreds of emails going back over a year. Opened recent ones. Last week, from Marcus. Can't wait for our weekend trip to Charleston next month. Already made hotel reservations. 2 nights at that bed and breakfast you love. Olivia's response. I'm so excited. I told Logan I have a hair convention in Charlotte that weekend. He believed it completely. 2 weeks ago, Marcus. I know you're stressed about the booth situation. I wish I could help financially, but my savings are tied up in the house down payment. But once you get it, we can talk about you moving in with me when the time is right. Olivia's response, I know, baby. Logan offering to pay for it actually works out perfectly. Once I'm independent and making good money, I can transition away from him without financial stress. 3 weeks ago, from Olivia to Marcus, Logan's shift schedule next month means we'll have 3 full days together when he's at the station. Can't wait. I hate having to split time between you two, but it won't be forever. I sat there reading months of emails. The picture was clear. Olivia and Marcus had been together for at least a year, longer than she'd been with me. They were planning a future together. She'd been using my predictable shift schedule to maintain both relationships. She'd manipulated me into buying her the salon booth so she could transition away from me once she was financially independent. I'd been the financial sponsor. Marcus was her actual boyfriend. I took screenshots of everything. Then I started packing. Not my stuff, hers. Olivia kept clothes and toiletries at my place, some hair products and tools, personal items. I packed it all methodically into boxes. Took about 45 minutes. 4 boxes total. Put them by the front door. Then I checked on Zoe. She was in her room reading. I sat on her bed. Hey, sweetheart. I need to talk to you about something. She put her book down. Is it about Miss Olivia? Yes. You were right about what you saw on Saturday. Miss Olivia has been spending time with that man you saw, and she wasn't honest with me about it. So she's not going to be coming around anymore. Because she kissed someone else. Because she wasn't honest. And in relationships, honesty is really important. Even more important than love. Are you sad? A little. But I'm also glad I found out. And I'm really glad you told me what you saw. You helped me understand the truth. Will you find a new girlfriend? Maybe someday. But right now, you and I are doing great, just the two of us, right? She nodded. We are pretty good at being a team. The best team. I hugged her. Now finish your chapter and get ready for bed. School tomorrow. Around 8:30 my phone rang. Olivia. I answered. Hello. Logan, Patricia just called me. She said you're reversing the booth purchase? What's going on? We need to talk. Can you come to my house? I'm actually at Marcus's place right now, but I can come by tomorrow. You're at Marcus's place. Silence. Who's Marcus, Olivia? He's a friend. I mentioned him before. You've never mentioned anyone named Marcus to me, but I know who he is. I've seen the Instagram posts, the emails, the weekend trips you've planned, the fact that you've been with him longer than you've been with me. Logan, please, let me explain. My daughter saw you kissing him at Shelley Lake on Saturday. While you told me you were working, I heard her breath catch. Zoe saw us. Yes. And unlike you, my daughter tells the truth. This isn't. I can explain everything. You've been using my shift schedule to see Marcus. You've been planning to leave me once you got the salon booth and became financially independent. You told Marcus I believed it completely when you lied about hair conventions. You read my emails? You stayed logged in on the iPad. And yes, I read them. All of them. A year's worth of you planning a life with Marcus while using me to finance your business. It wasn't like that. Your exact words. Once I'm independent and making good money, I can transition away from him without financial stress. That's you talking about me. To your actual boyfriend, Marcus. She was crying now. I do care about you. And I love Zoe. This is complicated. It's not complicated. You've been lying to me for our entire relationship. You've been with Marcus the whole time. You manipulated me into buying you a salon booth so you could become financially independent and leave me. That's not complicated. That's calculated. What about the booth? I'm reversing the purchase. Patricia's drafting the paperwork tomorrow. The booth goes back to Ellen. You can't do that. I've already told my clients. I've posted about it. Everyone knows. That's your problem. You should have thought about that before you used me to finance your business while planning your exit. Logan, please, I need that booth. I need to be independent. Then Marcus can buy it for you. Your actual boyfriend. The one you've been with for over a year. He doesn't have $18,000. And I don't have $18,000 to spend on someone who's been lying to me for a year and a half. Your stuff is packed. You can pick it up tomorrow. Where am I supposed to? Marcus's place. Where you are right now. Where you apparently spend a lot of time when I'm working shifts. Please don't do this. It's already done. The booth sale is being reversed tomorrow. We're done. Don't contact me unless it's about picking up your things. I hung up. The contact attempts came in waves over the next few days. Wednesday, Olivia showed up at 7 a.m. to get her boxes. I had them waiting on the porch. I didn't answer the door, watched from the window as she loaded them into her car, crying the whole time. Thursday, Marcus called from an unknown number. Logan, this is Marcus Henderson. Olivia told me what happened. I want you to know I didn't know about you until a few months ago. A few months ago. Yes. She told me she was casually seeing someone, but it wasn't serious. I didn't know you were living together or that she was serious with you. I thought I was her actual boyfriend, and you were just someone she went on dates with occasionally. She told me she was single when we met, that she was ready for a serious relationship. She met my daughter. She's been part of our lives for 8 months. Long silence. She told me you didn't have kids. She said you were a co-worker who she went out with sometimes. She lied to both of us. The difference is I found out before I legally committed anything more to her. You're still with her. I'm not actually. I ended things last night. Once I found out she'd been living a complete double life, that she'd been using you financially while planning to move in with me. I don't want to be with someone like that. Smart choice. I'm sorry you got caught up in this. And I'm sorry your daughter had to see what she saw. My daughter's the reason I found out the truth. I'm grateful for that. Friday, Olivia's best friend Leah called. Logan, Olivia is devastated. She lost you. She lost Marcus. She lost the salon booth. Her reputation at the salon is destroyed. Can you please give her another chance? She had 1.5 years of chances to be honest. She chose to lie every single day. She's confused and she made mistakes. She made calculated choices. She timed her relationship with Marcus around my work schedule. She manipulated me into buying her a business asset so she could leave me. That's not confusion. That's fraud. Saturday, long email from Olivia. Subject, I'm so sorry. Detailed explanation about being torn between two people, about not knowing how to choose, about Marcus pursuing her and her having feelings for both of us, about the salon booth not being about manipulation, about loving Zoe and me but also loving Marcus. I didn't reply, just forwarded it to Trevor with a note. Documentation in case she tries to sue for the booth money. Set up a filter to archive her emails. By early April I was completely reset. The $18,000 had been refunded when we reversed the booth sale. Ellen had been gracious about the whole thing, even offered to give me back my deposit for the inconvenience, but I told her to keep it. Zoe and I settled back into our routine. Just the two of us, no complications. I started taking her to a Korean cooking class on my days off. Learned to make proper bibimbap, kimchi jjigae, bulgogi at home. Zoe loved being the youngest person in the class, took it very seriously. Work stayed steady. Spring meant more outdoor emergency calls, more accidents, the usual rhythm of fire department life. Late April, I ran into Patricia, the salon owner, at a Whole Foods in North Hills. Logan, how are you? How's your daughter? We're both good. Zoe's great. I'm glad. I wanted you to know, Olivia doesn't work at the salon anymore. After everything that happened, it created too much tension with the other stylists. Everyone knew she'd been dishonest with you, and some of her clients found out and requested other stylists. She left about 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry it affected your business. Not your fault. She made her choices. I heard she's working at a chain salon now, starting over basically. That's rough. You seem like you're doing really well though. And that little girl of yours is lucky to have a dad who pays attention. She's the one who figured it all out. I'm lucky to have her. Early May I was at Shelley Lake Park with Zoe on a Saturday afternoon. Same park where she'd seen Olivia and Marcus. We were feeding ducks, enjoying the sunshine, when I saw Olivia. She was there alone, sitting on a bench far from the playground, looking at her phone. She saw me, saw Zoe. Her face went through several emotions. She stood up and started walking over. I considered leaving, but I also wanted Zoe to see that sometimes you have to face uncomfortable situations with grace. Logan. Hi. Hi, Zoe. Hi, Miss Olivia. Zoe said politely, then went back to throwing bread to the ducks. How are you both? We're good, I said. You? I'm managing. I'm working at a different salon now. Smaller place. Starting over. I heard something about that. I wanted to say I'm sorry. To both of you. Especially to you, Zoe. I wasn't honest with your dad, and that wasn't fair to either of you. Zoe looked up at her very seriously. My daddy says honesty is more important than love. Olivia's eyes filled with tears. Your daddy is right. I wish I'd understood that. Are you still with Marcus? I asked. No. He ended things. Said he couldn't trust me. I don't blame him. What about the booth? Ellen sold it to someone else. I lost that opportunity completely. And most of my clients went to other stylists when I left Patricia's salon. That's unfortunate. I destroyed everything. My career, both relationships, my reputation. All because I was too cowardly to choose. You did choose. You chose to lie to both of us. That was a choice. She nodded, wiping her eyes. I know. I know I did this to myself. She looked at Zoe. You have a really smart, honest daughter. Take care of her. I will. She walked away. Zoe watched her go. She seems sad. She probably is. She made choices that hurt people, and now she's dealing with the consequences. Do you still love her? No, sweetheart. I care about people being okay, but I don't love her. She wasn't who I thought she was. Good. I like it being just us anyway. Me too, kiddo. Me too. We finished feeding the ducks, then went home and made Korean short ribs together, Zoe carefully measuring ingredients and following the recipe we'd learned in class. Later, after she was asleep, I sat on my back porch looking at the stars. The $18,000 I'd gotten back was already reinvested. No complications, no shared assets, no lies to untangle. And most importantly, I'd protected Zoe. She'd seen me handle betrayal with dignity. She'd seen me verify information before reacting. She'd seen me end a relationship that wasn't healthy, even though it was hard. Those were lessons worth more than any money. I didn't feel triumphant about Olivia's situation. I felt clear about the decision I'd made. Being a firefighter had taught me that the best rescues are the ones where you assess the situation completely before taking action. Rushing in without information gets people hurt. Zoe's innocent question had made me assess the situation with Olivia. What I found was a structure that was already burning, just hidden behind a facade. I didn't feel vindicated. I felt whole. When your 9-year-old daughter tells you she saw your girlfriend kissing another man, do you dismiss it as a misunderstanding, or do you investigate immediately before committing more resources? Share your perspective in the comments.